More like a college kid on spring break title. I can't relate to that at all. Nothing wet in my household. Not even the lawn. The lawn's drier than a nun on the Sabbath, dude. It is bad, but you know what's good? It's me being here. It's Midnight in the Bay podcast. I'm your host, Alex Woody, and sorry for the late episode. Daddy's been busy taking naps. I'm at the nap age. That's how old I'm getting. I need a nap in the afternoon. It's either I'm getting that old or I'm pre-diabetic with high blood pressure. Undiagnosed guy. You ever try to diagnose yourself? You go on Google, that'll freak you out. Hey, my shoulder's a little tight. It's been tight for a while. You could be having a heart attack. I clicked on one. It gave me a countdown. 5, 4, 3. I'm like, oh my god. I need to do this sober. Because getting high and doing that is extra paranoid. You ever do that? You know, you're feeling great. You're like, hey, I'll Google some symptoms. What's the worst that can happen? You're dying at this moment. Surprise. What? Ah. Yes. Midnight in the Bay. We're ready to play. It's been a while. It's been a week. I've missed you. I'm here. I got some great news articles. I got some great shows coming up. Some wonderful shows coming up. If I can get the sound fixed. Is that loud? Hello, hello, hello. Is that better? I feel like we're getting some feedback. Maybe not. That's what happens. Sometimes you get a little high. Allegedly, grandma, sorry, it's legal. And then you think you hear something and you don't. You're just tripping out. And that's where we're at right now. That's our mood right now. The trip out. My neck looks so white. I just realized that. I need to cool it with the sunscreen. Because my tan is going to be, tan on the head, white neck. They're not going to call me a redneck. They're going to call me a white neck. But guess what, guy? I'm still looking good. Jeez, I just realized it's like my face is a black guy and my neck is a Irish guy. It is, what a difference there. Hi, you want to see what my shirt looks like off? It's even scarier than the neck. I blind people walking down the street when I take my shirt off. They get extra blind. They go deaf, right? They start hunching over and saying crazy things after I take my shirt off. That's why my wife likes to have sex in the dark. Because we don't need a light. My neck and chest is so bright, you can see everything. Which is kind of makes sense because my wife always closes her eyes too. Like, what are you thinking about? You ever been in that situation when you're making love, as they say in the textbooks, and they got their eyes closed? You're like, hey, what's going on here? Am I a Spanish guy now? What kind of guy am I you thinking about? Oh gosh, she ever hears this episode, she's gonna hate me. Used to it. Used to it. I look like I'm doing the podcast in a college sorority room. You see the graduation hat behind me? You guys know that's not mine. They're like, this guy didn't graduate middle school. Alright, this is bad. My butt crack is like a gay guy, always coming out. I'm being overrated. You ever meet a straight guy with a gay voice? Hey, how you doing? I'm doing all right. He's got a beautiful wife. But what's under that sundress? Hey, what are you doing? Yeah, I met he was like 6'5", buff, came up on a motorcycle with his wife. The wife's got a tattoo. She's got 10 earrings. That's how you know a chick's into painful sex, when she's got 10 earrings on one ear. It's like she likes anal. Sorry, Grandma. We get a little graphic on this podcast. I got to, just to keep the viewership. Or maybe I'm losing it. I don't know. This guy is like the epitome of, a guy that slams Bud Light and watches Jack Reacher. Okay? This guy throws a football back to a kid that throws it over the fence. And it's like laser pointing. The kid catches, he's like, my hands hurt now. And he just had the game. Hey, how you doing? I'm like, what's going on here? And I'm a comedian. I have a hard time not saying something even if it's like a stranger, even if it's someone I met. I'm surprised I haven't been fired from my day job. Like luckily I'm in an office by myself and don't really have to interact with people in person. But I just say what's ever on my mind. I remember this one lady had a zit. I said, "What's on your nose?" It just came out, and she's like looking at me. She's like, "Oh, it's a pimple." Luckily, she was cool about it. If her name was Karen, I would have gotten yelled at and had to write a sorry card and mail that. And do we mail stuff anymore? So I'm glad I didn't say anything to this guy because he was gigantic, but that really threw me off. And I'm like, this can't be the only guy. Remember Jeff Garcia, the 49er quarterback in the early 2000s? That dude, I was like, this dude got HIV. This guy is the gay of the gay. And then his wife does Playboy, and you're looking, you're like, is that it could be a man lady, and it's not, you could see everything. My mom caught me looking. But that's embarrassing too. Oh my God. And you know what? My mom would never open my door all the way when I was a teenager. So I had all the like binky posters and the chicks. They're always on a muscle car, showing stuff. They must have got paid pretty decent money. Let's hope. Probably not. They're women. We treat them like shit. But, I just threw up a little bit in my mouth. Ugh. Kind of went up my nose too. Oh God. Well, this is gonna be fun. Where's water when you need it? I don't drink water. Look at me. I look like I just drank soda to get hydrated. But the mom would never see the posters on the back of the wall. I'm like, this was a genius idea of me. But it was scary growing up, especially when puberty hit, because I didn't have a computer in my bedroom. My mom didn't want me to have a TV, computer. And so the computer was in the family room, and the kitchen was behind me, and the couch with the TV was to my left, and then there was a big open glass to the backyard, and neighbors could see you in our yard. That's the bad part about having a one-story house, and your neighbors got two stories. Hi, skinny dipping here. Can you turn around, Lisa? So I would have to do my business. You got to get it out or you turn into a school shooter. That's facts. I read that on a website, Spartan360.com. But you got to get it out. It's gross. I have a 11-year-old son, and I'm not looking forward to him going to puberty. I might have to put a lock on it or something, cut it off, but not because he wants to be a chick, just because I don't want to see him play with it, But I would have to be at the computer, and I'm looking around. It's almost like, I'm in the ladies' locker room. It's almost like I'm in a parking lot of a Red Robin. I'm looking around, before I do the business. And one day, my mom, she's Italian Irish, but sometimes I think she's Native American because I was doing my business, playing hide and go seek with the wiffle ball bat, and she snuck in the kitchen, and I just heard her like drop a pan, and she looks over, and I look up, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I said, I'm I couldn't talk, and I was like, stretching." She's like, "Well, stretch in your bedroom." It's like I couldn't look her in the face for like 2 weeks. It was horrible. It was horrible. Honestly, she wasn't wearing her glasses. She's blind as a bat. She's more blind than a Swedish guy with AIDS, dude. I don't know. At an orgy on ecstasy, okay? Um, she's blind, and I don't think she saw, but she probably heard me huff and puff. I was overweight as a kid. I was like 150 in seventh grade. I was on the wrestling team, and I was so heavy, like I couldn't even be in the heavyweight division. I had to wrestle teachers just to make it fair. I did think it was weird. There was a couple times when I was on the wrestling team that I had to wrestle chicks, and I was like, this is odd. Now, they did look like guys, but I was like, this is odd. I'm giving you a nipple twist so I win this tournament. Cha! I cheated. And then, your memories get a little blurred. Like, I was thinking about a wrestling match where I actually got a medal, It was for fourth place. What's below bronze, copper? I think the medal. That's the medal I got, and then my uncle sold it later for an eighth. But I was so proud of that. Like I had the medal up on my wall until like I was in high school. Like I didn't even think in my college days when I was living with my parents, I had the medal up. I invite chicks over. Look, I got a medal. And they're like, "What's that for?" I'm like, "Being awesome." It never worked. It never worked. I always left early. Plus, my mom was always yelling and talking about how I ripped her a new one when I was born because I was so big in my head. So I have this medal. I'm like super proud of it. And then I hadn't talked to my buddy who was on the team when we were kids too. I hadn't talked to him for hell long, right? So I'm talking to him like, hey, by the way, I'm just talking about myself the whole phone call. If you have a phone call with me, it's just about me. I go, remember when I won that medal, in the tournament? Like, remember I beat that really big kid? They had to bring in this like gigantic, he looked like just like a giant Argentinian mountaineer, dude. Just like hairy, just huge, like big head. I mean, this guy was a Neanderthal thrown in a time machine, taken here to wrestle Alex Woody, to wrestle me. White neck, tan face. If I had a dating profile, that'd be my dating profile. Well, I got a white neck and a tan face. What do you think? Ever been with a guy like me? Actually, that's why my wife married me, because she liked how pale my neck was. You got a Chinese neck, thanks. And I'll take that as a compliment. So I tell my buddy, remember I won that medal? That giant guy, right? Lithuanian bodybuilder. This is sixth grade. This guy was gigantic. And he goes, oh yeah, I remember when you beat that mentally handicapped guy. Like, what? He's like, yeah, the guy came off the short bus. He took his helmet off before he wrestled you. And don't you remember him crying after you beat him and you're dancing and singing like a leprechaun after you got laid? Oh, yeah, right. If you don't think I took that medal down, you're absolutely right. I never did. I just never told people the real story. God, I was so proud of it. It took the wind out of it, damn it. Now I gotta go wrestle a kid, just a normal, well, what I mean normal. Just someone my level, a step above mentally handicapped. And just take a kid down and get a new medal so I can, exchange it, right? By the way, speaking of sports, I just want to tell you guys, I'm a baseball player now. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, guy, look at this body. I could never be a professional baseball player. I could probably, though, back in the fucking 10s and 20s. You ever see baseball players from the 1920s? They're fat, they're drinking, they're smoking, they're coughing, their pants are baggy. You ever see Babe Ruth? He looks like a dad that is on his way out. He looks like a dad that drinks a 12-pack at his son's Little League game. Guilty. He just looks like he can't fit in a roller coaster, 2 seats on a plane, orders a 12-inch, laughs if someone asks if he wants a 6-inch. Fat. Just a guy on his way out. You see Babe Ruth run around the bases, it looks like he's about to have a heart attack. And people were saying, oh yeah, you can play with baseball players now. Really, guy? They had to speed up the camera because he was so slow going around the bases. That's why he was hitting home runs, because he couldn't run. Babe Ruth was on his way out. What age did he die? Hang on. I bet you 42. What age did Babe Ruth die?
Babe Ruth died August 16th, 1948 at age 53 in Memorial Sloan.
Okay, we don't care. I was a little off. 53, that's a lie. You can't trust the internet. Guy died at like 32, alright? The guy was huge. So, couldn't play baseball now, but back then, they were throwing the ball like 40 miles an hour. People were not throwing it 90, right? It started out as a bunch of fat, overweight, work in the factory, chug beer, just men. Just I love those guys. Just men, blue collar, little oil on the face. Every time you see them, they got black under their nails because they're always working with their hands. These guys were like, let's do something. You see those hitting rocks with branches? Let's turn that into something thicker. The branches are nuts. Fuck the rock. I found this rubber thing. I made a bunch of condoms, turned it into a ball. Let's use that. I know it's gross and smells, but it's better than a rock. These guys needed an outlet. And so they created baseball. And then somehow it just picked up in something major league. And I think they thought, okay, there's more than 5 degenerates out there. Let's make something. And now this is where it's at, And we're here and we're ready to play ball. So I know the Oakland A's can take me. I'm good for one base steal, and then I'm gonna pull an ass cheek and a kneecap, and I started going to the gym, and then I started pulling muscles. I was like, fuck this. What am I doing? I'm not playing a sport. Huh? By the way, I do have guests coming on the podcast very soon. I always get comments, your podcast is so much better when it's not just you. Thanks, Mom. Man versus Food. Have you seen the show? Love it. I love watching another man eat a bunch of food. Sweating, drinking, yelling. I'm like, I think I know that guy. I think that's me. This guy will go to 3 places in a city and, go in the back of the kitchen. He's testing everything, it's like the food's not even done. He's like, can I try that? And I'm like, chef's like, no. He's like, I'm fat, I'm dying. Okay. And then he does a food eating competition. It's always like 4 pounds of beef, like a bowl of popcorn with the hottest peppers ever created in a sauce put on it, and you gotta eat it in under 15 minutes. And the crazy part is he does these crazy like amounts of food, like seen him eat like 6 or 7 pounds of food within 30 minutes. And you know what he wins? I mean, yeah, he's on TV, but you know what he wins? A t-shirt. Sometimes he doesn't even get a t-shirt. They'll say, hey, we'll put your name on the wall. No picture, just your name right here in the bathroom. Like he did one where it was like 6 pounds of shrimp. I'm like, that after 1 pound, maybe 2, I'm done, And he won nothing. Oh, you can eat for free once a year. What? Should be rewarded more. But what I don't like about the Man versus Food is I wish they had like the behind the scenes where he's losing it after. He's like, I ate too much. Why do I do this show? Where's my agent? I'm about to throw up. I have diarrhea. He's stopping the tour bus. I'm gonna shit my pants and the toilet's full. The camera guy took a big shit. I gotta go. I ate 6 pounds of habanero chili flake Kit Kats, I gotta blow here, guy. That's what I want to see. I want to see him just losing it on the camera guy. Like, you mother flocker. Remember when semen left your body for the first time? Oh, God. Why do I write? I gotta delete, you gotta delete stuff sometimes. You're like, how high was I? You ever go on a diet and there's people that don't let you be on one? I really sound like I have discipline. It's like your coworkers will get you to get off the diet. You tell them you're on a diet. Oh, you're diet? What are you playing sports again? How old are you? You're not gonna. I had one guy. You can't lose weight. You're not gonna diet. And then they try to get you to eat a cheeseburger. Come on, eat a cheeseburger. They're like those drug addict friends in the early 20s when you experimented with Molly and cocaine. Come on, do it. Oh, you kidding? Your parents? I literally had a guy do that to me. I'm like, fine, I'll do the line. You made me feel like a loser. You got me. I could never hang out in the Middle East, dude. I'm so easy to recruit, dude. I am not one to think for myself at all. But I'm telling you, these coworkers of mine are just Even doing comedy. Hey, you want a drink ticket? No. Oh, come on. You're not gonna drink? All right. You got me. All right, I'll have one. You convinced me. Yeah, you want another one? You want another one? Ah, you're driving. I don't know why I do comedy. All right. I'm so old and out of shape that jerking off. What am I writing? It's like cardio. I got a vaccine shot yesterday, aka I dropped a hamburger on the ground and ate it. I'm good for a year now. You know? President Kennedy RFK Jr. says doctors took out a worm from his head that ate part of his brain. Huh, you got my vote now. Huh. What's the difference between you and Biden? I think that happened to him. Why would this guy say this if he's running for president? Hey, I know something you can say that will really help you win. Say half your brain is eaten by an alien. I'll do it. They're definitely gonna vote for you now. His family didn't even back him up. They're like, yeah, we'll vote for Biden. What? How bad is this guy? Never trust a buff old guy. When that guy's buff and old, you can't. It's this. He's an underground porn star. You know what I mean? I hit up a comedy booker to see if I can do his clean show. I hadn't done it before. Oh, I had done it before, but said penis. I apologize. I said, that was a little slip up I have. I'm usually do whatever the bookie requests. And he goes, slip up? You talked about jerking off. I'm like, yeah. Forgot about that. We have to feed my cat the certain food or he throws up. But the food is making his poop get stuck in his asshole. So I have to pull it out. It's like living with an old relative. Except I'm not going to inherit anything. YouTube ads are buzzkills. You ever turn on a video, you're a little lit, you're in the same mindset as Diddy at a Miami party, just lit. That was a bad example. Talking about like a rapper. You ever been so lit like a rapper, where you're mumbling? And you go on YouTube and you're watching videos and then the ads randomly pop up because you don't want to pay the $30 a month. And it's always like showing a picture of a kid that's like young and has cancer. Like, this is Emily. She's a kid. She wishes she could play outside, but she can't. She has cancer. She could die. Unless you donate right now, you fat, sweating slob. Like, oh my God, let's take all my money. That's when I'll donate, is when I'm a little loose on the alcohol and weed. I'll see something, I'm like, okay, I gotta donate my whole paycheck. What are you doing? Yeah, I gotta be careful. I can't go online intoxicated anymore because I just donate money, and that's the worst to go on, Patreon or one of those websites where it's like, donate, we lost our house and my husband dislocated his penis. You're like, I gotta donate to that. I feel bad for that guy. You ever fuck up a lie? I was talking to my dad. He talks a lot and he's very religious. I tell him I'm gonna go because he's talking a lot. I was like, I gotta get off the phone. But I didn't want to look rude, so I told him that someone was calling me, and I didn't expect that he was gonna ask me who was calling me. I'm so bad at lying. I messed up and I said, Grandma. My grandma's been dead for 5 years. He goes, Grandma, what? I'm like, yeah, I gotta go, and hang up. And then he calls me like a little later, and he goes, what's Grandma like right now? I'm like, oh my God, this guy believes I could talk to my dead grandma, which is good. I got out of the phone call, but now he's blowing me up, asking me what she had for dinner, what's the afterlife like, is that green ghost from Ghostbusters up there that causes chaos? And I got to keep it going. So, every other day my dad's calling me, hey, who's she voting for? And I got to lie, like, I think she's a little angry at the immigrants. I think she's voting For the orange guy. What? No. So that's fun. That's been exciting in my life. By the way, you got to check out my Instagram underscore Alex Whitty comedy. I got some dates coming up. Me and my buddy, though, first off, we run a show presented by Fat Kid Comedy. He was a fat kid. I was a fat kid. Now I'm a fat dad. And he is a fat loser. No, he's skinny. And he bangs hot chicks. Definitely not a loser. And his neck isn't white like a fucking ghost. So I'm running shows with him every third Saturday at Epidemic Ales in Concord, 8 p.m. And then that show is like killer. And then every fourth Friday in Pleasant Hill, California at Morgan Territory Brewery. We had to turn down people. Okay, folks? So 8 o'clock, be there. Morgan Territory, Pleasant Hill, Epidemic Ales every third Saturday, which is next Saturday. And they're having a huge anniversary party at the brewery. I'm hosting, and we got some killer comedians, so I'm pumped up about that. But, before we go, I wanted to go over some of these news articles. Here we go. Let's see if I can reach. I'm not. Hang on. You gotta share the screen, dork. Okay. We're sharing the screen. Share the screen so you could see it. I'm not a boy or a girl. Where do I pee? Well, I guess you gotta pee in the woods because it sounds like you're an animal. Boy or girl? Well, you look like an adult. And I thought we have unisex bathrooms. I think this is a little dated, or they're not reading. Which, by the way, unisex bathrooms is the greatest invention ever. You don't have to wait for women to come out of the bathroom. Women always take forever to come out of the bathroom. They're talking to their friend. They're sitting next to each other holding hands under the stall. So, now you don't have to wait. It's single person use. I sometimes see two girls in there, and I go, I'm gonna pee my pants because they're gonna take a while. You'll never see two guys go in the bathroom, but if you do, that's gonna take a while too, because something erotic is happening. I can't see two straight guys go in the bathroom and go like, hey, what's up, dude? Like, can we talk while I go to the bathroom? Like, guys don't do that. But on the other hand, what do I know? Let's see here. I have a foot-long penis, and it's so monstrative. I was barred from yoga. Oh, poor you. Poor you. I mean, this guy is ugly, but he's got the cock. This guy, I'm trying to dispel some of the stigmas. Stigmas? You're killing it. I mean, this is like bragging that you have millions of dollars and life is hard. It's like, shut up, dude. Britain's biggest penis, which measures 12 inches long when erect, more than twice the global average of 1.5 inches. That's it? Hey, Daddy's doing all right. Daddy's doing all right. I forgot most of the world is Asian. And while having a supersized schlong, they actually use that in the article, might seem like every man's dream. Apparently, it's not all it's all cracked up to be. People have learned of a lot of it. This guy, I mean, come on. This is like people that, like, boys. I was, a teenager, and the hot sex ed teacher molested me. Like, stop complaining, all right? I get why women complain about that because usually it's an ugly fat guy with a ponytail that does something gross. But come on. I got too big of a dick. Shut up. Oh, God. So many ads when you don't pay for stuff. You're a cheap bastard like me. Environmentalists smash world record by hugging 1,123 trees in 1 hour. This guy needs to get laid, dude. An environmental activist hugged 100, okay, just in 1 hour. That's gotta be a little painful too. You know what I mean? And let me tell you, is there a Guinness World Record for everything? Hey, I hugged 50 lamps today. What do I win? I mean, really, you could do anything. I jumped in 50 bushes in an hour. You know, like this guy, where do you come up with an idea like that? Like, is there a list of things that need to be cracked and this guy's just so bored? It's important to me to inspire the youth in Ghana, especially those less privileged communities like the one I grew up in, showing that it's possible to arrive above challenges and make significant impact. What is the significant impact of hugging 1,000+ trees? Other than maybe knocking off some of the bark and hurting? I don't get, guy. He's pursuing a master's degree in forestry. What is it? A minor in sticking your dick in trees? Now, you know what's more impressive? If he fucked 1,123 trees an hour, now we're talking, dude. Get out. This pair of designer jeans with pea-like stains are selling for $800. Dude, I need the money. I might have to start selling my pants because I got some stained ones, especially some khakis, you know, where you spray. I mean, why are people, are they just bored? They're like, got a bunch of power and they can't come up with another idea, so you go in the bathroom, accidentally pee on yourself, and be like, that's it, pee stained pants. People are gonna buy it. But apparently, they're selling like hotcakes. Grandpa accused of paying a homeless woman $20 to watch his grandchild, 7, while he got drunk at a bar. California man, hey, California, was arrested after he allegedly paid a homeless woman, da-da-da-da. Jason Warren, 54, was flagging down strangers to help him around 7:45 p.m. on a Monday night, claiming that his grandchild had been kidnapped for human trafficking, prompting a passerby to contact the sheriff's department. He was highly intoxicated, told them he had given an unknown homeless person $20 to go to a thrift store with the girl while he went to the bar 4 hours earlier and drank. You know, this guy is solving problems. He's an entrepreneur. You know, he wanted to do something, had an obstacle in his way, and then solved his problem. That's X plus Y equals XY. The homeless woman, who the sheriff officer is calling a guardian angel, said she was confused but knew the girl was in good hands. See, the homeless lady's nice. I was like, oh, that's a big deal. You don't know who I am, but I knew she would be safe with me. I sound like this guy did something all right. The sheriff also deployed canines, helicopters, drone units to track down the girl, but a half hour later, the girl returned to the parking lot after hearing announcements over the PA system. The homeless chick confirmed that Warren had paid her $20 to go to the thrift store with the girl. She said she did not think she was capable of taking care of the granddaughter due to the drunken state, and he took the girl at camp to get some food. She took her to the camp to eat some food. That's disgusting. Homeless camp? Hi, here's a rat. You're in good hands, though. Here's dead squirrel. The girl, who was not in any distress, no injuries other than probably diarrhea. The grandfather was arrested, charged with felony, and Sacramento's like an hour from here. And makes sense. I didn't do anything wrong. You know what? Actually, you probably saved the girl's life giving her someone that wasn't intoxicated. Which, guarantee the homeless lady was, you know. But, you know, you make your own decisions. You ever be driving, you're like, if I crash this car over 5 people, I would go to jail for my life. I have that decision. That's cool that you have life decisions. I'm going to go do comedy and be the worst comedian ever. You have decisions. Wow. That guy will be getting drunk in jail, I can tell you that. How to find out if a woman is a psychopath. There is one obvious help. Oh, I need to know this. Nonverbal behaviors. Head dynamics represent an important yet understand form of communication that enhances our ability to detect certain forms. Wow. So if she twitches or moves her head and doesn't say anything, she's crazy. Okay, I'm getting divorced. Good to know. Sweating like a pig. Sweating like I'm Cornita meat. Brazilian women wheels in an elderly man corpse into a bank to co-sign a loan. That's balls. That is balls. Let's watch this. During this commercial, I'll just say kind of the underlying thing. In a mind-blowing scene straight out of Weekend at Bernie's, Brazilian woman reportedly brought the old man to co-sign a loan at the bank. We gotta see the video here. This is crazy, dude. Wow. I mean, what does she think they're not going to realize he's not moving? Like, he's got to hold the fucking pen. Look at it. She's like realizing this was a bad idea. She's trying to hold his head up. She's literally holding his head up. Oh my god. And his eyes taped open. They won't show the face. Holding the head. This woman had to be high thinking this was going to work. And she's only looking for $3,000 worth. That's it? Huh. I wonder how long she's going to jail. Two Ohio women were arrested for propping up a dead guy in their car to withdraw hundreds of dollars from a bank drive-thru. Is everyone doing this? This is crazy. Okay, now it's just a bunch of articles here. But wow, that is nuts. Desperate for money. Last but not least, women butt sizes around the world from the biggest to smallest. Yeah, who gets this interview here? Charlie, I want you to go research butts. Yes, sir. And it's on the company. You get to go around the world checking out women's butts. Sir, I may need bail money. Okay, women butt sizes by the world right here. The rankings. Number 1, South Africa. Makes sense. A lot of black people have big butts. Argentinian, number 2, 41 inches. Makes sense. Latinas got the big butts. Sweden. That's surprising because every time you see a Swedish chick from there, they're usually skinny, blonde, where's the butt? But she's beautiful, let's bang. Number 4, Greece, 40 inches. You know, I can maybe see that. They're close to Africa, they got the sun, booty away. 5, Germany. This one, I've seen some BBW German porn. Okay. Russia and Italy, 6, I'm shocked by this. I mean, half of Russia barely eats. I don't know how they have butts. In Italy, okay, you're close to Africa. You got the sun, bam. Number 7, Australia. I'm blown away by this. You got a lot of pretty women, but you got that skinny body type. But I guess they're getting more curvy. I guess you got a lot of Latin men and Latin women mixing with the blacks and the whites, and it's making beautiful things, but it's changing statistics. This is crazy. Number 8, the Netherlands. Are you kidding me? At 40 plus 3.5 inches. I didn't think that. Canada? What? France? 10? USA? What about Mexico? Huh? Nigeria, I get. South Korea? What? Have you seen the woman? I think a woman did this article because these numbers are way off. India, 16, above Mexico. This is off. This is bad research. They obviously didn't go to college. Wow. Absolutely disgusting. I'm appalled right now. How dare they? I appreciate you guys watching the podcast. We'll go back on audio. I might have to do a whole new podcast, and we might bring some sports gambling on it. I got some big-time comedians that are doing big things coming on the podcast. We just had some scheduling issues. My name's been White Neck. Thank you for checking out the podcast. And like I said, make sure you subscribe and share, and come see me do live comedy. Adios, folks.